You're listening to Living in Spain podcasts with David Wright.
Hi, David Wright here, and welcome to another one of my podcast shows. And on today's show, I'm going to be talking about a great tip I learned years ago from a Spanish friend of mine working in the local council offices here. And it will save you thousands if you just follow this simple tip. Okay, so most of you know that I've bought and sold several properties here in Spain and land, whether it's apartment, a house or land. I think I've done it all here. So this is something that saved me several thousand in my processes of buying properties here. So, say you found a place that you really like, doesn't matter what it is, just say in this case it's a house, and you're thinking about putting a deposit down. You've been to the agent and they've told you it's fantastic, everything's great, you've looked at it several times and you want to put a deposit down and buy it. Just before you do go in and put that deposit down, this is what you should do. Ask the agent or the owner for the property land registry number. Every property in Spain, whether it's land, apartment, a house, has a registry number, and you can get this off the deeds, the escritura, or you can ask for the owner to give it to you, or the estate agent who's selling the property. Now, with this number, you go to the planning registry officer. You can find the planning registry officer at your local council town hall. It might not always be in the town hall building, so ask at the town hall and they tell you exactly where you need to go. You don't need an appointment, you just go in and you ask to see the planning registry officer. You give him your plot number and tell him that you're buying a property here, and before you put a deposit down you would like to know some information about that particular property. With the plot number they can look the property up in their book or on the computer, and then they pull out this big doomsday looking book and it's got everything in there about that property. And it will tell you if it's got anything built on there that it shouldn't be there, like an outbuilding, a garage or a swimming pool, because it should have the deeds to that, it should have the permissions for that, and it should have a piece of paper in there if they've had it done later on, so they've got the permission to do it. So this is what you do. Now you want to ask the planning registry officer if the property has got 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, how many bedrooms it's got, that sort of thing, the size of the property, if it's on 2 floors or 1, underground garage, outbuildings, a garage or a swimming pool, things like that, and the boundary wall, how high is the wall, have they got permission for that, all these little simple things he will tell you, and it's all written down in that book. If it's not in his book then it's not correct and you want to be careful about buying the property. Now, on one such property I was going to buy here, it was a house, and on the corner of the paperwork I could see that there was a red line drawn across the corner of this property. I asked the planning registry officer what that was, and he told me that it was a pipe that would run underneath the corner of the property, a sewer pipe or something, from the council, and that we were not allowed to build anything on that corner of the property, even a wall, because at one point the council may need to come in and dig up the corner to maintain that pipe. Now the owner probably didn't even know about this, they certainly didn't tell us about it, and nor did the estate agent, and it's possible that a solicitor might not have even come up with this if they'd done their searches. But by going to the planning registry officer yourself, you can find little things out like this, and it could save you thousands before you put down a deposit. Normally when you're buying here you need to put down around 2,500, 3,000 deposit with the solicitors or with the agent, and this is non-refundable, remember, if you pull out. If the owner pulls out for any reason then they have to give you double the difference. But let's say you're putting down €2,500 and you find out later on down the line there's something there you don't like, then this could save you that money. I've always found the land registry officer to be very polite and helpful and very, very knowledgeable. So guys, it's free to go and ask this, remember, but I would suggest that you take somebody with you that speaks very good Spanish if your Spanish is pretty basic, because up to now I haven't found any of these planning registry officers to speak very good English. So a quick trip to this planning registry officer could give you so much more information rather than just ask the owner or ask the agent, who, remember, are very keen for you to put down a deposit and make advances on the sale. Just a 10-minute conversation with these people could save you thousands and a headache down the road. So guys, go and check it out. Go to the planning registry officer and ask them about the property as much as you want before you even put down a deposit. I do this now on all the property purchases here, and even when I bought my plot of land here, this is something I really think you should do. On one property I was going to buy here, they didn't have mains electricity connected. It was an out in the countryside sort of place, and it was going to be renovated by me, and I wasn't too worried about it. But the owner and the agent said that there shouldn't be a problem having the mains electricity connected. But on later investigation, and after talking to the planning registry officer, he said to me, be careful, it could be very expensive. They might need to put in a new cable from the street, and that sometimes runs into thousands. So on his advice, I went to a solicitor and we got in touch with the electricity company, and they gave us a quote that what it would cost to put electric cable from the street to the property, and it was €15,000 just for the licence and the works to connect it up. That's before I've got any electricity put onto the house. That's just for the cable up to the house. So 15,000, guys. So this is one of the things that gave us the information to pull out of the sale, because I didn't think it was worth it in the long run. It's always best to go and speak to them, because you can see these facts for yourself face to face with the book, and you can write down and take notes on it, and you can even take photographs of what they've got there if you need to come back to the owner or the agent later in a conversation. And sometimes you can use this evidence or this information to reduce the price. So well worth a visit, guys. The Planning Registry Officer. Go to the local town hall, local town council, and ask them where that is. It's not always in the same building as the town hall. It might be in another district altogether. So check it out, guys. The Planning Registry Officer. I hope this tip has helped. It's helped me, and it saved me thousands in the past. So guys, if this information has been of any interest to you, please leave a quick comment or like at the end of this podcast. Thanks for listening.
If you have enjoyed this podcast by David Wright, then you will love his new books. Out now on Amazon and Kindle, packed with money-saving tips and information on living and working in Spain. Just go to livinginspainbooks.com. David also has a popular blog for expats in Spain. Come and take a look now at britishexpatsinspain.com.